I'm here to tell you that socialism leads to desperation. It leads to indignities. It leads to hunger, and it leads to death.
Hey friends, Sean from SGT Report here. First off, the curious case of Ilhan Omar and her family from Judicial Watch is a must-watch. The interview with investigative journalist David Steinberg recounts the litany of what now appear to be quantifiable felonies committed by the Congresswoman who allegedly married her brother in order to commit immigration fraud and then went on to commit tax fraud, student loan fraud, election fraud, and perjury. I tweeted about this on Friday, wondering aloud why the mainstream CIA media continues to ignore this incredible story of vast criminality by a sitting congressperson. We are talking about such a large number of felonies here, says Steinberg. Watch the video. I'll link it below. And now just a quick note for you guys to share with friends, family, and colleagues who have been sucked into the George Soros Rothschild scheme to turn the United States into what Venezuela has now become.
It's not easy going to another country you don't know anything about. And we do this because we can't stay in Venezuela. We have nothing. There is nothing.
But the facts in this one won't be coming from me. Instead, I want you to hear from Rachel Duffy, who perfectly, succinctly explains exactly why Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Ilhan Omar, Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, and the rest of their ilk are so wrong about America, and why their sick ideologies are so anti-human. What you are about to hear are the real consequences of socialism, and the real reasons people flee socialist hellholes for the shores of America.
No one wants to immigrate to a socialist country. The desperate people of Central America who come to our border are not actually refugees. They are economic migrants. They're lining up to come to our country because of our free enterprise system. Full stop. End of story. They come here for capitalism. They are fleeing socialism. They are fleeing dysfunctional, corrupt crony governments. That's it. Not climate change.
But before we get to the lovely and intelligent Rachel Campos Duffy, let's level set with just a quick clip from the nanny state personal privilege train wreck of the recent Democratic Socialist Convention.
Quick point of privilege. Quick point of personal privilege.
Yes.
Guys, first of all, James Jackson, Sacramento, he, him. I just want to say, can we please keep the chatter to a minimum? I'm one of the people who's very, very prone to sensory overload. There's a lot of whispering and chatter going on. It's making it very difficult for me to focus. Please, can we just, I know we're all fresh and ready to go, but can we please just keep the chatter to a minimum? It's affecting my ability to focus. Thank you.
Thank you, comrade. Okay, is there a speaker against name, chapter, pronoun?
Point of personal privilege.
Yes.
Please do not use gendered language to address everyone.
Okay.
Friends, the punchline is, these people can't even get along with each other.
Quick point of privilege once again. Hi, James Jackson, Sacramento DSA, he, him. I have already asked people to be mindful of the chatter of their comrades who are sensitive to sensory overload, and that goes double for the heckling and the hissing. It is also triggering to my anxiety.
And now, Ms. Duffy, juxtapose this reality against the insanity of what you just heard from the left.
Which brings me to the situation in Venezuela, which is dire and getting worse every day. It is purely ironic that AOC, a Latina, is the leader of America's socialist movement, because no one knows better than Hispanics that these ideas do not work. The human heart desires freedom, and that includes economic freedom. Hispanics leave places like El Salvador and Mexico, where connections to government and power are rewarded instead of ingenuity and hard work. Places where dictators promise utopia, but have turned their countries into living hell.
Quick point of privilege. Quick point of personal privilege.
Yes.
Guys, first of all, James Jackson, Sacramento, he, him.
The only personal privilege in the United States of America, as it relates to all human beings, is life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness as outlined by the founders and guaranteed by the U.S. Constitution and the Bill of Rights.
Not long ago, Venezuela was the richest country in Latin America. It was considered the jewel of Latin America. Today, it is the poorest. Today in Venezuela, mothers with professional degrees, this is a story that was in the Washington Post, mothers with professional degrees are unable to feed their babies, their children. They cross the border into Colombia to sell their bodies for groceries that they can't find or afford in Venezuela. I'm here to tell you that socialism leads to desperation. It leads to indignities. It leads to hunger. And it leads to death. You would know that if there wasn't a blackout in your textbooks about all the atrocities done in the name of socialism. That is the story of socialism, and that is the battle we are in right now. It is your job. It is your job to carry this torch. It is your job to be informed so you can help fight back and educate other young people who are being misled by teachers and professors and really dumb people like AOC.
Point of privilege once again. Hi, James Jackson, Sacramento DSA, he, him.
Friends, thank you so much for watching and sharing this information with others, and a special thanks to my patrons. And by the way, so many of you have downloaded the Brave browser, but less than half of you have actually successfully imported it into your computer and have used it. Download the Brave browser. I'll leave the link below. It won't spy on you like Google's Chrome does, and it's more than twice as fast as Safari and Chrome. Plus, it's got a built-in ad blocker. So use the link below. Download the Brave browser today, install it, and use it. You'll be glad you did. And friends, for real news 24/7, you can always visit us at sgtreport.com, where you'll find my latest 3 videos always stickied at the top of the page. Thanks for tuning in, and God bless.
You had all of the Epstein stuff dropping, all the Nexium ties. There's so many things that they want to distract away from. And they, at this point, they've amped it up. Just like I was saying in the song, it looks like they're truly ready for war and they're desperate.